Hey everyone, and welcome back to the kitchen. Today we're going to make turkey carcass soup. And what I mean by turkey carcass is that I'm going to take the turkey carcass from our great dinner and turn it into a turkey broth. And once I have the bone broth ready, I will use that as the base of my turkey soup and add in the leftover turkey meat that we have, as well as any other ingredients that would pair really well with the turkey soup. So let's get started. Now the first thing I'm going to do is take my turkey carcass and remove any of the leftover meat that is on the bones. That way I can have the meat separate to add back in later and that doesn't all cook away. I'm gonna make this turkey broth in my Instapot. I just recently made another bone broth soup, but that broth I made right on the stovetop. So if you're interested in making a bone broth straight on your stovetop, go and find that video and you'll find directions on how to do that. But I'm gonna make this in my Instapot today, because that way I can show you how to do that, but at the same time we're hoping that this is going to be lunch in a couple of hours, so that'll just be much quicker than cooking it on the stovetop, which takes much longer. This Instapot is going to do the exact same thing that my stovetop will do in, let's say, 8 hours. It'll do in 2, so much quicker. I'm going to go with the Instapot for today, but if you're interested in a stovetop video, go ahead, I'll link that down below and you can watch how you make a bone broth right on the stove. Now the first thing I'm going to do is remove all of the turkey meat that is left over on this turkey carcass. That way I can cook down the bones as much as possible to make my bone broth, and then just add in the turkey meat again later with the rest of the ingredients to finish off the soup. So let's start with that. Now there is some debate about whether it's necessary to add some vinegar or apple cider vinegar to help the bones extract some of those minerals. I've done both ways and not really noticed a difference, so I think it really comes down to the science. Some people say it's totally unnecessary and ends up making a vinegar broth. And I have done a bone broth recently where I felt like it was foaming and doing a really great job disintegrating. So I feel like that's not totally necessary, but that's totally up to you. I'm not going to add it in. I like to add some rice or noodles to my soup, so I'm going to go ahead and prepare some rice to sit in water so that I can rinse that after a little while, and that way it is ready to be added to the soup once this broth is ready. And then I'm also going to go out to the garden and pick some things. I'm thinking Brussels sprouts, maybe some celery, carrots, anything that would be good with the soup. I'll bring all those in and prepare it while the broth is going. Alright, now once the broth is done, you can remove it from the Instapot by pouring it into a colander and letting all that juices separate from the bones. And I'm keeping my bones in a separate pan just in case I decide to do something with them later. And then I add in all the things that I'm going to use to make the soup. I've added in the carrots, celery, and the leftover turkey meat that I had. Poured back in all of that good, delicious turkey broth. And now I'm going to let that cook with the rice for just about 20 to 30 more minutes under high pressure, and then it should be ready to eat. Now once the soup is finished, let the Instapot lose its pressure, and then you can open it up and serve your soup. You can add any kind of dairy product here. Sometimes I like a creamy soup, and so I may add some heavy cream or yogurt here. Whatever you do, just add it to whatever bit you're actually going to be eating right away. If you are going to store this soup, you definitely don't want to be adding the dairy now. That just won't keep as long as if you were just keeping this directly in the fridge. So make the soup, add the dairy later when you're actually ready to eat it. And there you have it. That is just how easy it is to make this delicious turkey bone broth into a tasty soup. Really easy. This just happened in my Instapot without me doing much effort except adding the things. So very easy to make this soup at home if you're during the week or got somewhere to be, a busy schedule. You can just pop everything right into the Instapot, come back, pour off your stock, and just add the rest of the ingredients to your soup. Super easy. I'm about to whip up some of our homemade sourdough bread so I can have that with my soup. But thank you so much for hanging out with me today while I make this soup. And if you like content like this, you can usually catch me around in the kitchen or out in the garden or on a trip somewhere packing and doing some kind of adventure. So if you're interested in that, please stick around and subscribe to this channel. You can catch some of the upcoming videos. Alright, I'll see you. Bye.